hard to believe that it's now over 8 years since the Flighpath Fund was launched by Glasgow Airport in 2010. There's a lot of talk about what it's done. It's very easy to say it's been a force for good. It has been a force for good. And it's also easy to quote the big figures. And these figures are impressive in themselves. £1.4 million advanced to nearly 500 community initiatives over that time. But it's when you actually hear from the people who have benefited from that support that you see the total impact of what has actually been done.
So the charitable aim of the Clyde River Foundation is to promote the better management of the river, the Clyde and its tributaries, like the River Gryfe here in Houston. And to do that, we spend a lot of time working with young people, primarily primary sixes in the local schools, and we have now worked with thousands of children thanks to the Flighpath Fund in Eastern Bartonshire and Renfrewshire. Probably had in the region of 50 classes of children to the local river. Had them, each child steps in the river, we get a chance to show them what lives there, we get a chance to show them what scientists do for a living and that they can be scientists. All scientists don't look like old beardy men. We can get them into the river, and the purpose of this is that we're going to in future stimulate better stewardship. These are our future stewards for the river. Get them to take better care of it than perhaps people have done up till now.
We recently applied for and were fortunate enough to be granted £1,100 from the Flightpath funding. We have put this to use by getting sound chimes for our service user group. Previously, we used to borrow these from the Fred Payton Foundation, which meant they had to be returned, which is a lot of running about for us. So now that we've purchased our own, we can concentrate more on that. I would say because of the outcome of all this, anyone who is thinking of applying for Flightpath funding to go ahead, and you could be very fortunate enough to get it just as we have. The service users have really gained a lot in confidence, their hand-eye coordination, their memory. There's a lot of good values and a lot of good outcomes of this for them.
Thank you, Flighpath Fund!
The money from Flightpath funding has really helped us as we've managed to purchase a brand new state-of-the-art track, and there's only 2 of these in Scotland, so it's really let us step ahead of the competition and just pursue any goals that we have. Having this track has just really helped because they're now used to competing on the floor that they would at big competitions. For example, we had the highest number of kids qualify to FIG British in Scotland, and we had the highest amount of medals at Scottish this year, 29, 15 being gold, and I just don't think it would have been possible without having the new track. If anyone's thinking of applying for Flightpath funding, I'd just say 100% go for it. It can really make a difference to whatever you're setting up, your club and your associations. Just
thank you, Flighpath Fund! Woo!
So the Flightpath Fund awarded us £25,000 to make some changes in our kitchen. That's allowed us to purchase quite a lot of new equipment that we had before, but was getting old and was broken. So as a result of that, we've now got that new equipment in place, and that's freed up a lot of our staff's time and energy so that we can start to take on new trainees. So we're looking to take on young people from the local area who are long-term unemployed, train them up so that they've got experience, knowledge and confidence to go into the world of hospitality and catering. I just want to say thank you very much to the Flightpath Fund for helping us out with this. It's made a big difference to the cafe and it's made a big difference to the organisation.
This doesn't happen without a lot of work from a lot of people, and I would like to give credit to them. I've mentioned the airport. The airport is what makes everything happen. The availability of these funds is colossal. But none of these awards are made without a lot of hard work. There's an awful lot of work involved in preparation and reading and assessment of applications, pre-vetting, discussion at the committee meeting, and then ultimately determining who gets award. And these things are taken very seriously. They need to be, but they are taken very seriously. So my thanks to all those in the committee, mainly councillors, who all do this in their own time, and without whom this simply wouldn't work.